chromosomes, okay? The average person has 50 trillion plus cells. The total DNA from all those. But if you took all the DNA out of your body and unwound it and stretched it out, one person's DNA would reach from Earth to the moon and back over 500,000 round trips to the moon out of 2 tablespoons. It holds more computer information than all the computer programs ever written by man combined in 2 tablespoons. IBM models its newest computers after DNA. The quantity of information is so vast we have to invent new numbers just to measure it. Not just terabytes, but petabytes, exabytes, yottabytes, and zettabytes. All the words ever uttered by everyone who ever lived would amount to 5 exabytes. There's an unbelievable amount of information in your DNA code. If you typed out the code from one person, when you got done typing, you'd have enough books to fill Grand Canyon about 78 times. David said, I'll praise thee, for I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. 78 Grand Canyons full of books is the instructions just to make you. I'd say you're pretty special.
Well, good evening, folks. Ken Hovind here in the crew at a little slightly chilly Dinosaur Adventureland. It was warm for a couple of days. We got to talk to this weatherman, straighten this out. Like that lady about moving the deer crossing sign. How many have seen that one? Yeah. Tell the weatherman, give us some warmer weather. Okay. Let's see. It's February the 5th, 2026. We're on, let's see, Facebook, on Rumble, on X, on our own app, KentHovind.tv, on Instagram, on TikTok. Sign up for all of them. They're all free, okay? Help us pay for the one that costs us the most money is the Kent Hovind app, $6,000 a year. Yes, yeah, if you want to help with that, please do. Okay. Textbooks in school teach the humans are related to octopus. No. That's what they say. They say you accept evolution. No, you don't accept evolution. You believe in evolution. You choose to believe something that stupid. It's dumb to believe you're related to an octopus. Hovind theory. Now there's lots of different kinds of dogs. Family tree of dogs, from tiny chihuahuas to Rottweilers. I agree. All the dogs are related. Look at that. You got it right. Okay? I would agree with that. All the dogs had a common ancestor called a dog. There are 366 kinds of hummingbirds. Probably had a common ancestor called hummingbird. God said they bring forth after their kind. 366 varieties of hummingbirds is not evidence that birds, humans, dinosaurs, ladybugs, and pine trees are all related because you can draw lines on paper connecting them. We think the evolution theory is the dumbest theory in the world and most dangerous. Let's see, they got ladybug. Yeah, crap. Don't step on them. Man, Joseph, I hit one the other day when my car was going 60 miles an hour and that ladybug. I felt so bad. One of my ancestors. All over the windshield. Well, a little bitty spot. But okay, let's see. There are 37 varieties of foxes. Probably had a common ancestor called a fox. That's not evidence they're related to a bird. All the varieties of a lion had a common ancestor called a lion. All the varieties of leopard probably had a common ancestor called a leopard. All the varieties of zebra had a common ancestor. How do they tell the difference? Is it white on black stripes or black on white stripes? I never could figure it out, brother. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. There are 7,500 varieties of apples. They might have had a common ancestor called an apple. Anyway, here we are, February the 5th. Our 10th anniversary of getting the properties coming up April 21st. If you want to help us, please come on down, help us finish the ark. We got lots to do on that. I like this. Evolution is the dumbest and most dangerous religious cult in the world. Changed my mind. We need some of you guys to get out there with a table like that, do it like Charlie Kirk did. Go to universities, set up the table. Say, hey, changed my mind. Okay? Anyway, we're at an old-fashioned, independent, temperamental, fundamental, right-wing, radical, chicken-eating Baptist church. Dinosaur Adventureland Genesis Baptist Church. We believe the Bible is true. Come join us make us your family for holidays and stuff like that. We covered all this the other night. Let's see, right here. Oh, whack-a-mole. There we go. Whack-a-mole. I love this game. Atheists stick their head up, say something stupid, whack them back down. Tonight, we're going to start off again as open mic. Okay, you can call in if you got questions or something, or send them in to Joseph. But we're going to take one more whack at creepy. Joseph, you counted very quickly. Nearly 30 shows creepy has done about me. Yeah, I'm living rent-free in his head. It's crowded. Okay, you should reduce the price of that flat up there. Ain't much room up there, creepy. Okay. It says here, he's a Welsh YouTuber that makes commentary videos on conspiracy theories like flat Earth. Good, you should do that. Earth is round, okay? His content consists of satire. He therefore makes fun of other YouTubers who try to convince people that reality is not the way it seems. and deny all laws of physics. Well, then you should be turning people away from evolution, creepy. He is very sarcastic about those people, and his channel is more comedic nature than a proofing one, although he does this very well, because he's not a scientist. Well, good. Well, creepy, I'm living rent-free in your head, aren't I? All day long he thinks about, oh no, wonder if Hovind's going to do a whack an atheist on me. Yeah, you're an easy target. That's why I do it. Last night, February 4th, we started with Creepy's show about me. A lot of his comments on there about, boy, Hovind's coughing. Maybe he's dying. Maybe he's dying. No, I'm gonna live all the way till I die. Okay. Up in that framework you just set out yourself, Kent, you know, let's see. We stopped at the 8-minute, 49-second mark. We're going to take up from there. Kent is insufferable. The guy went to prison for fraud related to his creation ministry, says Chadwick. Really? Okay. I completely agree, says Creepy. Now, here's my comment I posted this morning on his case, on his show, just in case it disappears. Right here. I said, Creepy, you and your followers continually use ad hominem and false claims about tax fraud and wife beater. The tax issue is covered on my show a year ago, Open Letter to Donald Trump, February 1st, 2025. On all my channels listed on drdino.com. The wife beater is covered in Watchman Shadrach, Cindy situation, and the original case is null and void. Okay? It's thrown out, they're starting from scratch. And they've been waiting 4 years to do it. The courts are still 4 years later not hearing the case. They know it's a lose-lose situation for them. With 4 sworn notarized statements from people who she told that I did not body slam her after the event. She's making it up. And I feel bad for her, okay? I'm still ready and able to debate you and any 5 assistants you feel you need to defend your stupid evolution religion. Bring it on, Creepy. If you ever work up the nerve, be glad to have you. Okay, here we are. February 1st, I did the open letter to Donald Trump about my case with the taxes. I did not break any laws at all. Watch that before you judge me, okay? And the Cindy situation, Watchman Shadrach. Watch. Now, they have Cindy's name misspelled. It's C-I-N-D-I. Anyway, the Sixth Amendment to our Constitution, Creepy, I know you're in Wales. Our Constitution says we have a Bill of Rights. What's number 6? The right to a fair trial. The Sixth Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. I have the right to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation. What exactly are they accusing me of? And the defendants have a right to confront and cross-examine witnesses against them. To compulsory, make them come to trial, okay? You can force witnesses to come. Obtain favorable witness and to have the assistance of counsel for their defense. This is our Constitution, Creepy. Maybe you don't know about that. Let's see. Let's play some of Creepy here. No. Okay, he's right here. 1 minute, folks. I forgot to drag that over, Joseph. There we go. Here we go last night.
To keep you happy.
How to see the world differently. How to question what others say.
Yeah, we should question what others say. The textbooks are saying, you know, the universe is billions of years old, when there's hundreds of ways to prove it can't possibly be that old.
And are any of those 100 ways tied up in that framework you just set out yourself, Kent? You know, the one where you...
Creepy, everything that doesn't match your framework you've set out, you reject. I show in my video number 1, the Earth is spinning, I think we would agree with that, and it's slowing down, 1,000th of a second every day. That means it used to be going faster. That puts a time limit that you cannot have the Earth being billions of years old. The moon's getting further away from the Earth, 1.5 inches a year. The experts do all the math on that and say, look, that puts a max time limit of 1.2 billion years. The Earth-Moon orbit would have collapsed, like 2 magnets get close together and they snap. 1.2. Why are you saying 4.6, Creepy? There are lots of the salt in the ocean is increasing. The population of the Earth. Watch my video number 1. I cover all those. So, yeah. I think it cannot be billions of years old. If you need billions of years, I'm sorry, you can't have it.
Said you literally cannot prove a single thing you say.
I use the illustration. If I took a pen and said, this pen is 4,000 years old. You'd say, no, it's not. Yeah, I believe it is. Okay. You say, hold it. It's made of plastic, and plastics weren't invented until 1907. That one fact disproves my theory that it's 4,000 years old. One fact.
Well, good for you and your pen, but the universe, or were we talking about Earth? Doesn't matter. Isn't made of plastic.
What a dumb response. I'm pointing out that there are ways to prove the pen is not 4,000 years old because it's made of plastic. There are ways to prove the universe is not millions of years old because of the heat loss, for one, because of the energy loss, because of the population of the Earth growing. Watch my video number 1. It has nothing to do with plastic. He doesn't get it, does he? It's those earrings, I think, weighing him down. Let's see.
It's made of materials we can actually date. And funnily enough, those dates are always a little bit longer than the 6,000 years you were proposing.
And there are hundreds of facts that will prove the Earth cannot be billions of years old. It can't be. The Earth is spinning, but it slows down. The moon's getting further away. The mountains are eroding into the ocean. The oceans are filling in with sediment. The magnetic field is weakening. Watch my video number 1, Neil.
Cool story, Kent. Now watch literally any geology or physics lecture that wasn't filmed in a shed. That's just a list of things science already understands, you clown. And none of them support your position anyway.
Yes, I think we should all question. See, you are determined to make everything match your worldview, and I know why. We'll talk about that in a minute. I question anything in the Bible. I'll question it, okay? I've studied it for 57 years now, and I've come to believe it by faith. I believe it's flawless, inspired, infallible, no mistakes in the King James Version anyway. Other versions have serious problems. So that's my position. I believe it's right.
But it isn't. That's where the problem comes in. And the problem isn't that you believe what you believe. You can believe you're a real doctor if you want to. We don't care.
Not a doctor.
But the problem...
I mean, you don't care. Why would you flash up that slide then? Pretend you're a real doctor and you're not. You don't care. Yeah, you do. You care greatly, don't you, creepy? Okay. That's too bad. Watch this. Watch this. Ready? Dr. Kent Hovind. They don't get it.
problem is, DAL is basically a cult, and I really do have somebody who is regularly at Dinosaur Adventure.
He's got somebody at Dinosaur Adventureland that tells him it's a cult. Can you recognize who that is with the beard and the sunglasses? Let's see, Becky, you've been here for how long now? About a month. Is this a cult? Okay, RJ, you and your wife been here for how long? 4 months. You think this is a cult? You got a baby coming. Are you afraid to raise your baby here in this cult? Okay, Mama, you left your kids here while you went to the job. Are you worried this is a cult? Who else? Joseph, you've been here 5 years almost altogether? Yeah. You worried it's a cult? Not at all. Creepy. What do you define as a cult? And how do we fit that? The Baptist church camp. Anyway, go ahead.
Land, who told me that was the case. Anyway, what was I saying?
So you got somebody anonymous who says it's a cult. And you believe it, don't you? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The problem is you're ramming your personal beliefs down other people's throats while simultaneously...
Like you evolutionists aren't ramming your personal beliefs down all the students' throats? Flunking them out of class if they don't agree with you? You're the ones ramming the religion down the throats of the kids, okay? I can't get over those ears flopping around like that. It's hard to focus. Focus, Daniel-san. Okay.
Complaining that real science is taught in schools. A word with yourself, Kent, because you refuse to listen to anyone else.
And I have a right to believe that, don't I? And I have a right to question what others say. I'm going to question what you say, that black holes exist. Maybe they do. Neil deGrasse Tyson said you should question everything. Okay, let's question what Creepy says. Question what Neil says. Does he question what he says? And Neil? I doubt it. Okay. Maybe they don't. You don't know and I don't know. Can we question that?
I mean, you can question anything you like, but your problem is that you won't ever believe the answer unless it lines up perfectly with what you already believe.
Look in the mirror, Creepy, for multiple reasons, but mostly for this one. You're the one that doesn't believe anything if it goes against your religion. You're determined to save that evolution religion, aren't you?
Which is probably why you say we've never seen a black hole. Not only have we seen a black hole, Kent, but we took a picture as well.
How do you know that's a picture of a black hole? How do you know because there's a dark spot that the matter is so dense light can't escape? How could you possibly know that? Maybe there's something 10 million miles closer in the way. Maybe it's a bug on your lens. Huh?
Well, anyway, talking about things that really don't exist, you were saying something about God?
I've come to realize that there are three categories of truth: personal truth, political
Personal truth, what you believe to be true. Political truth, what the politicians say. Throw that one out, okay?
truths, and the objective truths that shape our understanding of the universe. The interesting thing about an objective truth is that it's true no matter what.
Objective truth is true no matter what, even if you don't believe it.
Exactly, Kent. That's what I meant earlier when I said it doesn't matter whether you believe the Earth is only 6,000 years old. The Earth's real age, which is roughly 4.5 billion years, is not only an objective truth, but it's also scientifically verifiable.
How do you know that? Science, well, we can observe, study, test, and demonstrate. How do you observe the Earth is 4.5 billion years old, or 4.6, whatever number you want? Anyway, you got any questions coming in? Okay. Let me get one more thought here, come back over to this one. So I get a right to defend myself. He mentions that Forrest Valkai, because I whacked him also, and I'll whack any of you guys anytime, okay? Valkai is a graduate student in sociology and anthropology, University of Tulsa. He either has or is soon to have a master's degree. Yay. Creepy. Is Forrest Valkai a scientist with not even a master's degree yet, let alone a PhD? Is he allowed to be a scientist? Was Darwin a scientist, only degree in theology? Was he a scientist? Forrest? Okay, let's see. Creepy. There's the goal. Keep going. Look at that. Handsome. And don't forget, get some for your wife too, okay? And don't forget the lip while you're going, creepy. Might as well stretch the lip out too. Can you imagine how cool you'd look? Everything tattooed, everything pierced. Yeah. But spikes on your head. Yeah, boy, he looks tough, doesn't he? Don't forget the tongue, too. Yeah, be sure to pierce the tongue. What are they trying to accomplish? They pay money to have that done. Yeah. Creepy should get one through the tongue that's real long where he can't pull his tongue back in. You have to shut up. I'd pay for that, Creepy. Okay. All right. Questions there, brother? Nope, can't read it.
What are the possibilities that the animals on the ark hibernated?
What's the possibility of the animals on the ark hibernated? There are quite a few stages of stupor where animals slow down, some hibernate, some go to sleep. There's estivation, hibernation. You had a list of them, Joseph.
But that's the main ones for the ark. Estivation, hibernation, it's all a form of
Torpor, yeah, they just get lethargic. If there's no need to run around, no need to go chase your food or find your food, they would slow down. So some would sleep the whole time. When it rains, don't you get sleepy and want to go take a nap? So I don't know. We'll see. But the idea of all the animals fitting on a boat is not complicated compared to you guys' idea that all the animals came from a dot of nothing exploding. I'm sorry, rapidly expanding. They don't get it, do they? Okay, next question.
I'm curious of what you guys do there for fun. I know you do a lot of work in building maintaining, but what else?
For fun? What's there to do for fun here? Moses, what's there to do for fun around here?
There's a massive zip line.
6 zip lines, soon to be 7. Okay. The giant swing. How many times have you done the swing off the top step?
Probably 5 times.
5 times 30? No. 5 times. Okay. And your sisters, have you done the swing off the top step? What?
Not yet.
You're going to.
Yeah, eventually.
Let's see. There are 17 lakes and ponds to fish, to swim in, to boat in. We have sand dunes to ride up and down. That's taken my Jeep rides quite a thrill. Those kids today from Repton that were here, I gave the tour to. I said, you want to go slow or fast? He said, fast. I showed him that Jeep, that 2019 Jeep, brother, will go 60 to 0 in 1 second when you hit a tree. We didn't do that, but okay. Yeah, there's lots to do here. It's just we have our science center, 12,000 square feet, all kinds of hands-on stuff. Our petting zoo, the animals are all friendly. The Noah's Ark you can tour. The world's largest horseshoe crab. It's just, you got to come see it. Lots to do. Okay.
What is your best argument or scripture against the rapture?
I'm in favor of the rapture. I believe in the rapture. It just doesn't happen at the beginning. It happens at the end of the tribulation. That's all. I believe in the rapture. There's quite a few verses. If you look at my chart here behind me, I got them all on there. When the rapture takes place, right there, the sun and the moon go dark. This chart is, what, $10 for the small one and $25 for the big one or something? Something like that. Okay. Okay. I believe in the rapture.
Do pterodactyls exist, and if so, have there been any obvious evidence?
Pterodactyls certainly existed. They find fossils of quite a few of them. I'm not sure how many, but quite a few. Nearly fully articulated, complete skeletons, meaning they drowned and were buried before they started to decay. Because if they're not buried quickly, the scavengers are going to pull the wings off and haul them someplace or pull the legs off. So the fully articulated skeletons of pterodactyls have been found. I don't know how many. You can Google that. But yeah, they lived, and there might be some still alive. There have been many reports in Papua New Guinea and the swamp in Africa where they report these giant flying pterodactyls. Not as big as they used to be, but still. Watch, see if Kristen has any on Lost World Museum. She's got quite a few good stuff on her article. Her husband just died a couple months ago, so pray for her. But she's doing a great job keeping it up. Lost World Museum up in New York.
The rest of that question, I messed it up, was do you see any evidence for pterodactyl in Scripture, or biblical references?
I don't know of any evidence for pterodactyl in Scripture. The Bible doesn't mention lots of things. I don't think it mentions hamsters. So it doesn't have to mention them. Okay.
Are you familiar with the Unashamed podcast, the Duck Dynasty boys?
The Duck Dynasty, I've seen some of their shows. I like the one where they blew up the beaver dam. Did you see that one? Did you see that one? Type in Duck Dynasty blowing up the beaver dam. That is hilarious. I've only seen a couple of their shows. I'd like to have the guys to come here and be on my show or get to meet them, you know. So they're just over in Louisiana, I think, aren't they? Or, yeah. So I don't know any of them. I don't think they know me, but I'd love to have them come.
What are the steps to going into ministry? I'm 31 next month, single, and help out with a lot of churches. Wanting to be ordained one day, but what are the steps to becoming a...
The steps to go into the ministry, just start. You don't need anybody's permission. If God calls you, you do it. All through the Bible, God called people. Jonah, go to Nineveh. He had to go to Wales Seminary for 3 days, but he learned, okay, go to Nineveh. You don't need anybody's permission. Now, some churches will say, if you want us to ordain you, then you got to jump through the following hoops. Okay, well, you may want to do that, but you don't need any of that. If God calls you, you do it. Just get busy and go do it.
Because of the +1 rule, would you say the Ark was the first dating app?
Because of the 1-and-1 rule?
+1?
A first dating app. I don't think I want to go down that rabbit hole. I mean, you're kind of stuck. I'm sure the male hippopotamus is on there waiting. I wonder what I'm going to get. You know, I'm going to get a fat one? Yeah, probably. Okay.
Is it possible to continue the original translation?
Is it possible to continue the original translation? I'm not sure what you mean by that. I think God gave most of the Old Testament in Hebrew and most of the New Testament in Greek, and then he preserved it into in King James and other languages. There. I feel fine, actually, I think. Yeah, I feel fine. Okay. I don't think it's necessary. God's able to preserve his word right through a translation into another language. Not a problem. So.
What should happen at the next prophetic calendar?
What's going to happen on the next prophetic calendar? Well, at some point, if you look at the chart behind me or the small version of it here, we are in the age of the Gentiles, right here, and that's found in Luke 21:24. There's going to be a treaty to rebuild the temple. I suspect it's already been done. Can't prove that. Then there's a 3.5-year period where they rebuild the temple, and there's a great falling away takes place. The saints are going to be worn out. They're going to be overcome. They're going to be prevailed against. All the verses around here talking about that. Then in the middle of that 7-year period, which is 3.5 years, the Antichrist is going to break the treaty and set up an image in the temple. I think it'll be AI, a computer, a robot. We'll see. Don't know. Then there's the Great Tribulation, the time of Jacob's trouble. Then the rapture takes place if anybody's left alive. So I spent hours and hundreds of hours developing the book and reading, studying. I didn't like what I was finding, but I want to be true to the Bible. And we're here for the whole tribulation. Okay? Let's see.
How can someone be that dumb? Creepy obviously doesn't have an education, and if you pay for one, he should get his money back.
You're saying Creepy doesn't have an education. If he paid for one, he should get his money back.
Sounds like a quote from you.
I didn't say it, Creepy. I was just repeating what Joseph said. Okay. He's done 30 videos about me. He'll keep going.
Hello, Dr. Hogan, hello. Can you do an episode on flat Earth and round Earth as what the Bible says it is and what the science says it is?
The flat Earth and round Earth, it is. It'd be equivalent to doing one on the Easter Bunny or Santa Claus. The Earth is round. There are hundreds of ways to prove that scientifically. The Bible does not teach it as flat. And I'm sorry for that. This whole flat Earth idea really got resurrected again about 15 years ago. I think a bunch of atheists did it just to see if Christians were dumb enough to fall for it, and it worked. And they're laughing at you. It's round, it spins, it goes around the sun. Does not contradict any scriptures that I'm aware of. But no, I'm not going to divert my ministry in that. If you believe what you want.
Turtles are unclean and they were never supposed to be eaten. God's calendar on the shell is 13 months, 28 days.
What's that have to do with anything?
I don't know, Doc. He just wanted you to know.
Okay. Well, thank you. Okay.
Could the firmament possibly be clouds or the atmosphere?
The firmament, it says very clearly in Genesis, is where the birds fly. The birds fly in the firmament. That would be the air. There was water above the firmament. Read Genesis 1. It couldn't be more clear. I'm convinced there was a layer of water in the frozen form, ice, above the atmosphere. The earth was surrounded by a crystal protective barrier. Probably the Jews have always said it's 2 or 3 fingers thick. I show the references on video number 2. And how they know that, I've got no idea, but that's what they've always taught. 2 or 3 fingers thick is the ice above, a crystalline firmament above the atmosphere. To watch video number 2 for more on that. Okay, a couple of more, Joseph.
Do you think maybe at least a couple of animals could? Never mind, another joke. That's all I got.
Yep, all the animals, 2 of each kind, but not those. It says only those on land. Didn't need to take fish on there, and only those that have nostrils. That excludes all the bugs. All the bugs that I know of breathe through spiracles in their skin. They don't have nostrils. There might have been some bugs on the ark. I mean, hide in some animal's fur in the hay or whatever. But Noah wasn't required to bring them. You've already been proven wrong thousands of times, Chris. Why do you want people to prove you wrong again? Oh, please do, Chris. Please call for a debate, you brave keyboard warrior.
I think he's talking about flat Earth, Doc. We don't want to debate that.
Okay, I don't want to debate flat Earth. Okay. But if it's on evolution, call Joseph, 855 Big Dino, extension 4. Be glad to debate. They're real brave behind their keyboard, aren't they?
Yes, sir. They are.
Come on, guys. Bring it on. Where'd my... Oh, here we go. Thank you, Joseph. All right. See you tomorrow night. Call in again. Call your friends. Say, here's your chance. How many other podcasters do that? Just open the mic up. Want to talk? Talk. Tell me you disagree. I believe the Bible is 100% accurate. The earth is 6,000 years old. The geologic column does not exist. There is no fossil record. There are fossils by the trillions, and they all formed in 1 year, Noah's flood. How's that? Prove me wrong. Tomorrow night. See you, bye.
The DNA is the most complex molecule in the universe. Deoxyribonucleic acid, your gene code, your